Okay, let's get started. It's November 20, 2025, and every beginning has an end. Prior to COVID, I was doing portrait photography, had a studio in my front room. I would move all the furniture out into the dining room and set up my lights, my backdrop, tripod for the cameras, and those type of things. And then COVID hit, so I said, what can I do with my camera gear? And so said, oh, astrophotography. So since early 2020, or was it late 2020, I don't know, I've had a lot of fun doing astrophotography, but something new has caught my attention, and so I made a decision, and I decided to sell both my telescopes that are on piers at StarFront observatories. Tomorrow morning, or sometime during the day tomorrow, I will post a for sale notice, one for each of my telescopes, on the StarFront Discord server, letting people know that my equipment is available for sale. I'm putting this video out in the event someone in the audience is thinking of going into StarFront and but hasn't made their decision yet, or may not even have any Astro gear. Maybe you want to take a look at what I'm putting up for sale and raise your hand and say, you'd like to purchase it. So what I'm going to go through here in this video is what I'm putting up for sale, how I'm pricing it, and a couple of things that conditions of the sale, some of them driven by StarFront requirements. Photography is still going to be a part of my life, but I'm throwing myself into landscape photography and some, Milky Way photography, star trails, time lapse, those type of things. But I'm here in the West Coast, San Mateo, California, about 16 miles from the Pacific Ocean. We have a beautiful coastline all the way up through Washington State. I'm traveling distance to Utah, Arizona, Idaho, Montana. So I have a camper van. I just upgraded the put a lithium battery bank in. I have two 300 amp hour lithium batteries now for 600 amp hours. And I'm going to spend some time doing landscape photography. My ultimate goal is to purchase a 100 megapixel Fuji film GFX 100S Mark II, and a couple of lenses that would be appropriate for landscape photography. But in the interim, until I reach that point, I'm going to be using my Fuji film cameras, my X-T4 and my X-H2S, along with a range of lenses that I have appropriate for landscape photography, and practice my skills and go out there. And again, landscape photography requires capture of the data and then also the processing of the data, and I'll be using Adobe Lightroom. So much the same way I had to learn PixInsight and how to process my astrophotography photos, I'll need to be working to improve my skills for my landscape photos. Also, I will be doing some trips with Lori, and they will have a photography focus. We're planning a trip for springtime to Japan, and then going on to Vietnam. And I just really want to have the total freedom to not have to worry about managing my telescopes down at StarFront. So let's get into what I'm selling. Oh, wrong place. Here we go. So let's click on this. So the first package is my William Optics RedCat 51 for $6,299. Here is a high-level view of what is involved, what is included in the package. The RedCat 51 Gen 2, it's the one with the helical focuser. I have a new, relatively new ZWO ASI 2600 mm. No tilt plate on it right now, but I do have the tilt plate, and whoever just makes the decision to take ownership of this equipment at StarFront, I'll be more than happy to ship to them the tilt plate. It has the William Optics Uniguide 32 guide scope with the ZWO ASI 120 mm camera. Have a 7-position filter wheel. It has both a mix of ZWO 36mm round LRGB filters, as well as the Botter 6.5 nanometer 36mm round HA, S2, and O3. And it also has the ZWO EAF. For the mount, the package includes the ZWO AM5, and it has a ZWO AM5 AC power supply, which plugs into the power that's made available to me at StarFront. I have the Primalucci Lab Eagle 5S. It has 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM and a 250 GB SSD. I also have, I think, 2 little thumb drives in there. They might be 512 each. So that's some additional storage, and that's what I back data up onto nightly as the images are being taken. I use N.I.N.A. RoboCopy copies, makes a copy of the data onto the thumb drive, so I always have a backup. The Primalucci Lab Echo, it has 1 temperature probe right now. It can support additional temperature probes. And then the Primalucci Lab Eagle 12.8 volt AC power cable, which is how I'm powering everything on the mount and all that. It has a Deep Sky Dad flap 100-80 panel, and then it also has a Casa Smart Power Strip HS300. It's basically a 6 outlet, and it's Wi-Fi enabled. I can control that power strip from my desk here using the Casa app. Works out really well. My setup also has an APC, UPS, the BE425M. It's a 425 VA uninterruptible power supply. So it provides the surge protection, and then my AC power supplies plug into this, and then it has a 35-foot Cat7 Ethernet cable. Again, the price would be $6,299, and there are a few conditions. We'll get to that on the end. The second setup is my Celestron EdgeHD 8. It's has a 0.7x reducer and a ZWO ASI 533mm camera. It also has a top rail installed. I should have included some pictures in this presentation, but if anyone is interested, I'll be happy to just leave something in the comment, and I'll see that you get the pictures for both of the setups as they sat prior to me dropping them off at StarFront. Just about a year ago, I dropped them off the end of December of 2024. This setup has the ZWO AM5N mount. The mount has an AC power supply, which is included. A ZWO counterbalance bar is included, and the iOptron 4.5 kilogram or 10 pound counterweight. It guides very well with this setup, the EdgeHD 8, and of course the guys, the engineers setting up the equipment at StarFront did an excellent job on collimation and calibrating and all that stuff. They're really excellent, knowledgeable engineers and techs. This setup includes the Wanderer Box Pro V3 for the USB and power distribution. This setup includes the B-Link SER mini computer. It's an AMD Ryzen. Again, has N.I.N.A on it and PhD and the standard stuff you'd run. It as well, this kit includes a Casa Smart Power Strip HS300, and it as well has a APC UPS, same model as the RedCat 51 has, and also again a 35-foot Cat7 Ethernet cable is included. Now, only on-site transfers are allowed. So if you're already at StarFront and you want to pick up this equipment on the pier that I have, you would take out another subscription for this pier. Currently I'm paying $199 per month per pier. Now those subscription costs might change. I don't have any control of that, but over the last year it's been $199 per month per pier. So it's not where I'm selling the equipment and they're going to take it off the pier and give it to you and you take it out of the observatory. It's where the transfer is done, essentially just picking up my pier, taking out the subscription on my pier, and then purchasing the equipment. This is my understanding on how it works. Again, I'm selling each scope package as a bundle. I'm not splitting out any individual items. The payment method would be PayPal only, and all sales are final. And this is to be determined. Additional costs may apply for StarFront Observatory Smart Hand support engineers to verify equipment on behalf of the purchaser. Now, my expectation is I would pick that cost up if there is a cost, but as part of the transfer, their personnel would verify the equipment, and I imagine that would be the function and everything. And then what I would do is I would set up a Google Meet where you can get on the equipment and you can see what software I have there. You could see how everything is operating and everything. Everything has been operating without issue. Occasionally, and I think it's been twice over the course of the year, the cable for the EAF might back out or become a little bit loose. Those are the type of things, but other than that, there's not been any issues in the performance of any of the equipment for either configuration. So yeah, it's just time for me. There's a shiny new object that has caught my attention, and I want to learn the world of landscape photography. Part of that is putting yourself in the right landscapes. Another part of that is composition and seeing the scene. And this involves hiking in. We have a lot of mountains and everything. Backpacking the equipment in, the tripod, going in and setting up, and waiting for the golden hour when you get the side light illumination, and the blue hour before sunrise and after sunset. So it's a whole new process that I'm going to have to learn to be successful. And then the whole processing of the data, which I'm already quite familiar with how to use Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop. But still, there's a lot of techniques that I'll need to learn. Up until this time, since I was doing mostly portraiture, headshots, those type of things, I really wasn't using a lot of masks and all that stuff. But anyway, I don't want to go on too long here. So this is really kind of the end of the road. Once the equipment is sold, I will do a follow-up video, and then anything else relative to my landscape photography, I'll be putting it on another channel that I have, probably Bill Poplawski Photography. Could be on Lori and Bill Retired. I'm not sure where that content's going to go yet. And again, I'll use those YouTube channels just as a way for me to document my growth in the area of landscape. And I'm hoping to take a trip to Italy to photograph the Dolomites. There's Iceland's on my list as far as travel. Again, we're going to be going to Japan and Vietnam. And while those won't be landscape efforts, there'll be more street photography. I just really want to be unencumbered by having those, have to worry about the telescopes. I had my fun. I collected a lot of data. I got a backlog of images that I need to create off of the data and those type of things. And I just want to really, now, not that I've learned everything about astrophotography, there's a lot I don't know, but I want to go down this new journey on landscape and street photography, and see what I learn and see how I do. That, in my mind, is what keeps me interested, is being able to measure how I'm doing in developing my skill set in whatever endeavor I may choose. So anyway, if you know anyone that's interested maybe in going into StarFront, does not have the equipment, you might point them to this video. That would be greatly appreciated. Like I say, I'll do one more video after the gear is sold. I don't know how long that's going to take to sell it. And other than that, I want to thank everybody for following the channel all these years. And, we'll see what is in store for me on my new journey around landscape and street photography. All right, if you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up. As always, I would normally say like, share, and subscribe, but I don't think it makes sense because, again, I don't think much additional content is going to be going up on this particular channel. So other than that, wherever you may be in the world, around this new moon period, hopefully you've got good skies and you're getting some imaging done. Thanks again, and I really appreciate all the support over the years.